Hello, Wabuf here. As members' suggestions on my server, I will be demonstrating fundamental applications of the server plugin Falsebook. First, I'm going to start out with repeater, and most ICs, integrated circuits, that's what IC will be. I will be using that. They're connected usually with this sort of setup where there's a sign on the front end. It's not there yet, I haven't placed it, and a block in the middle, which is usually referred to as Y0, meaning the Y, the vertical point of where the sign is, or what the sign powers, it refers to this block. And then then there's a switch on the back. If the sign has any output, it outputs on this switch. If it's a low, it's going to be off. If it's a high, it's going to be red or on, positive. So this will be my indicator. Soul sand turns into glowstone once given a positive charge, a high charge. So we're going to test it out with repeater, which they have repeaters already. But this was made before this came out, so that's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it does. It extends the limit of 15 or 16 or however many further, that many further. So create one, and usually they have more like parameter sort of things right here, but not with this one, not with a lot of them actually. So there's a repeater. It should repeat the charge, not pulse while. It should repeat the charge through to that one. Yep, and there it goes. And likewise, if you turn it off, if you see this thing's flipping right here, this switch, and that's repeater. And now I'm going to demonstrate not. And if you notice, this is I already have this turned on, because when I turn it off, and that's off, this is going to turn on, because it says I'm going to make this charge whatever's behind it, the output, not what this input charge is. There's my not. So it should light up when I turn this off. Yep. Right, next I'm going to demonstrate rising toggle, and that's 1017. I've already placed the sign just because I wasn't at all completely familiar with it. I've known about it, but I've never actually used it in practical circuitry or anything. So essentially, rising toggle will change the state or toggle this output every time it receives a high or a positive charge. So here, I'll go third person here. High, 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 high. See, every time it goes high, that toggles. So let's see that up close. High, 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 high. Alright, and here is falling toggle. It's 1018. If you notice, that's 1017, 1018. I don't have these memorized, so I don't really expect anyone to. Probably be a link in the description for the site. And this one is exactly the opposite. It, on every low charge, it will toggle the state of the output. So low, 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 low. And that's pretty much all the toggles. Okay, and these next two I'm going to feature random bit and Realtime Mod 2. Are a little strange. Random bit is, well, random. Every output it gives is random based on whatever input is given. So I'll just toggle it a whole bunch of times and you'll see. Something might happen, something might not. Yeah, see, sometimes it doesn't want to, not want, but it just doesn't respond at all. because, well, random. So, next is rel time mod 2, and I'm not positive what rel stands for, but I do know from the site that this output is based on server time, and which I'm not an expert on server time or anything, but I do know that there are positive and negative, or positive, even and odd, well, even and odd integers given to server time, because you know it goes through 0 through 24,000 for time of day, and right now I have the sun on a loop, so you can see it clipping back every 15 server ticks, so it just says which one's even and which one's odd. I really still have not found a use for this one. So you could try and sync it up with the server and get it to go on and off evenly. They're about that fast, so no. That's very weird. Alright, the next little group of two ICs that I'm going to feature are input equals MC1030 and selector MC1050. First, with input equals, it's kind of a challenging one. I really wish I had come up with a real world example of this, like, to use, but I haven't, so I'm just gonna have to put up with A, B, and C, and 1, 2, 3, so I guess this will be A right here, this will be B, this will be 1, which will be the indicator if input equals, so, and this will be 2, and this will be 3. And let's say if A is on and B is off, then output 3 should be lit up, and if both of them are lit, should be input equals. So this one being lit is saying that both A and B are equal to each other, which I guess this could be used for like a lock, I suppose, for a door. Say if one of these were on the inside of the room or whatever, and one was on the outside, one would disable the other, and the opening of the door would depend on if these equaled each other, or like a combination sort of entry thing you could do, I suppose. So yeah, and if just B is lit, then output 2 is lit up. So I guess it's a good like diagnostic tool for different things. I really never found this one useful, but it's interesting. So let me reset it. And selector is a lot different than input equals, because its output, like say this is 1, 2, 3, and this is 1, 2, 3. It almost seems that this ought to be called input equals, but it's you can only select one at a time, or none of them are on at all. So if you have them all on, still none of them are lit. Say if I turn these two off, just that one will be on. So I guess the output reflects what the input does, but only if there's one input. So in essence, it is a selector. So that's pretty much what those are. Alright, and this next group I'm going to feature all have very little to do with each other, but they're all very simple. So it's going to be a mob spawner, a dispenser, and Zeus bolt, which I'm pretty sure is new because I've never seen it on there before. Okay, and now I'm going to start off with mob spawner. We're going to make some chickens. So, and you have to get the name right. So it could be like angry wolf, chicken, cow, creeper, dog, gas, giant, pig, zombie, sheep. skeleton, slime, spider, zombie, wolf. I'm gonna get rid of these guys. And actually, I'm not sure if giant works. I know it works with voxel sniper, but well, it created. A lot of times, if it's not something it recognizes, it will say and not allow you to make the sign. So, oh, there he is. He's a big guy. Okay, I could still push him around. Alright. And every positive charge it gets, every high it gets, will spawn one monster, and you could change the number, I guess, but like not on the sign. Like if you were to hook up a pulsar to it, which I'll be featuring later, that will pulse and just give you however many you want. I mean, you could put an amount on that sign. So next up, we're gonna make a dispenser. So MC-1201, I believe. And what do we want? I want a stack of sandstone. So yeah, here's your 1201. Then there's this line right here is your item ID, which is sandstone, and this is the amount, which 64 is the most you can give in one pulse, which is a whole stack. So that's all made, and it should pop right out the top of here, just like the monster did out of there. And there it is, and it will continue to pop out if you keep doing it. Kind of dangerous if you like give this. Oh, I seem to be full. Well, those will just rest there, I guess. But when I was writing or allowing different ICs from my server, I was really hesitant to put things like this up for normal members, because they are kind of dangerous. Like if you're on a server where you like things preserved and you like you know, order in whatever capacity. So, and the final is Zeus Bolt, which I think it's 1203. I'm not sure. And I don't think it takes any other parameters. Just, yeah, Zeus Bolt. So, oh yeah. Looks like it came right out of the sun. That one's a lot of fun. And that's these three. Alright, this next group is really kind of useful. It's the set block above, set block below, and just set block. The set block above and below are not as powerful as the set block because they only have one state. Like they don't have like an off state that you can set, and set block above can only set a predetermined amount of blocks up, and same with down. But normal set block can set blocks any height and any, you know, positive or negative. So I have this set to 4 because there's 3 in between, and then that block will change. But first I'm going to show you just the set block above, and the reason I have 2 here, and one with force and one without it. If you don't put force, like, because it's 1205, and then what you want the block to be that you want to set it to, and this will change nothing to something just fine, but it really has no functionality after you do that. I mean, like, you could destroy it and it'll put it back, but not a whole lot of functionality there. The set block above, it will force whatever block's there to change to it. Like, see, with the one without force, I will not be able to change that block because there's already a block there. This one with force, it will force that block to change. And same thing, exact same thing with set block below, and it's only 2 under, as set block above was 2 over. So same idea with the force thing. That will set if there's nothing there, and this will set even if there's something there and if there's nothing there. So either way, force will set. Force is the safe way to go. And set block, if you've seen any of my older videos, the one where I made a Falsebook auto bank, I had to do a system where it had to detect what block the user placed there and then had to get rid of it with a set block above, and I had to set that block that it detected to 0, to nothing. So like say they place a diamond block disappears by this setting it to 0, and it pays them, that sort of thing. So this one in particular it will change that block to, when it's on, to 35 or wool, and then 3515, which is black wool, when it goes back off. So let's see if you can see all of it. It's on and that's off, and you could keep toggling this one. That's what makes this one a lot better. And if you leave this number as 0, it will change this block right here, the block the sign's attached to. So like, I guess if you were to do something like water, it would probably pop the sign off. So that's like, 8 or 9. That's probably not a good thing to set it to. So let's see if nothing, it'll change something from nothing. Yep, it will. I may want to reconsider my permissions on this one. I could just make them give themselves diamond. Okay. Able to give themselves diamond. 07. So the off states, diamond block. Let's see if we're able to. No, I need to. Yep, that's mineable. I'm not too sure about that. I may be taking set block off of some people. Alright, for this next one, block replacer, I have 3 different setups, 3 different sign setups here to demonstrate. And on the second line, I typed in 1220. Third line, I typed in 88, which is soul sand. That's what I want to change from, to 89, which is glowstone, which is what I want to change to. And on the very bottom, the colon separated is the 7 is server ticks in between change. And what this does, this IC does, is detects blocks around it, and then detects blocks around that block and changes it, then it detects blocks around that block, changes it, etc, etc, etc. And that's how many server ticks in between each change. 7 is kind of like just long enough so you could see it moving through, and the 3 is along a path, and 1 is circle, which I'll show you up there, and 0, if you just put 0 for the entire thing, no colon or anything, just a 0 on line 4, it will do it and immediately replace. So this is along a path, and as you see, it makes its way around until it's done. And the cool part about it is, if I let that get a good ways around, I can start it up again and keep it going. You could have simultaneous charges going through there. I think only 2 at a time, but yeah, because I toggled 1 too many, so kind of stopped on glowstone. The next thing I'm going to show you is the circle, and as you can see, I'm still using the 7. That's just a happy number I use, so it's just a good demonstration number. And same idea, but with changing glass to black wool, 3515. As you can see, it makes its way around. Should envelop the whole thing. Yep, all done. And it'll do the same on its way back. It'll start at the sign and make its way around until it's discovered all the black wool, changed it all the way back to glass. And here's the one with 0, same exact sign except 0 on the bottom. And that finds all. That sends a signal throughout all as fast as it can, through all touching pieces of glass and changes them all at once, doesn't mean there's going to be a delay. There usually is. I'm even running this locally and there's a tiny bit of delay. Alright, this next group of ICs has to do with changing time and detecting whether or not it's day, or detecting like what time it is, all that stuff. So there's 3 here. Is it day, time control, and set time. And we're going to start off with is it day, and this one does exactly what it proposes it does. It detects if it's day. And but this isn't the self-triggered one, so you will need to be constantly giving it pulse whenever you want to know if it's day. And it outputs a high if it's day and a low if it's night. And so to be practical, I inverted the circuit so when it's night this will light up, you know, to kind of brighten up the place. And for this one, you see the sun's not straight overhead. I disabled my circuit that makes it always day. And just so this one you could see it in action. And see, I could toggle it all I want. It's saying it's day. So I'll set it to night. And see, it didn't automatically change since it's not the self-triggered one, so you have to give it a pulse in order for it to happen, to detect if it's day or night. And it's saying it's night by, you know, it being off, so that's why I inverted it, so this light would turn on when it's night. And see, it's saying it's still night. Nothing else is going to happen until it's been light for a while. So and it turns off when it detects that it's day. Alright, and this next one, simply, here I'd probably have to back up for this, sets the sunset on and sunrise on and sunset, or just after sunset on off. That's a really simple one. It doesn't take any extra parameters or anything there. This next one, set time, does exactly that. It sets the time. I put 18,000 in there. It's sometime in the middle of the night. So when I give it on, it goes right in the middle of the night. You know, it'll keep setting. As you can see the stars moving when I do that. Yeah. So that's basically how you control the time. Alright, in this next batch of ICs, I'm going to tackle arrow shooter and arrow barrage. And I've set up a little shooting range here. All safety precautions taken. And I'm going to be bringing some creatures to life here. My captive audience. Alright, and first I'm going to test out arrow shooter, and these are the settings I like most. It's speed, spread, and vertical velocity on the bottom. So speed, spread, vertical velocity. And there are specific values. I forget exactly what this one's out of. I think this one goes all the way to 2. Like 0.2 is the lowest you can go and 2 is the highest. This next one, I think it's default of 12, and I know it goes like something like 40 or 50. It goes pretty high. I know if you put it too high, it could really be a problem. Like it shoots it really, really far. And the bottom one is vertical velocity, meaning does it shoot it like straight down or straight all the way out? Like it would easily go right over that thing if I were to turn the speed and vertical velocity all the way up. So this is on a comfortable setting right here. So nope, I keep missing. Oh yeah, I killed him. Alright, and this next one's arrow barrage, and the only difference between these two is arrow shooter only shoots 1 on the given high, and arrow barrage shoots 5 on the given high. So 5 at a time right here. So yeah, if you spam it, you're going to be seeing lots of damage. And as you can see, it's a little bit random. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, see the one flew way over the fence? Oh yeah, shot into the fence. We have some climbers here. Okay, I'll let one free. And that's about it. I'll show the spread here. Not spread, but that's what the spread will do, is it'll give the probability of differences in shooting. Like if you want to aim perfectly, you're going to want your spread to be really low. Like that second number, that 15. I think it's, let me check real quick. Yeah, it's out of 50. So if you were to go all the way up to 50, you could either be shooting over here, over there, you know, you could be shooting anywhere in between. But if it was 0, I think is it all the way down, it's just going to shoot at one spot right at all, you know, at the same time every time. So that's Arrow Barrage and Arrow Shooter. Alright, this next group is probably the most powerful sensing tools that Falsebook has. There's a water sensor. Whoa, I guess I made 2 water sensors. This should be lava. I'll change that. A light sensor, a block sensor, and a power sensor. And first I'm going to fix this. I think it's 1261. And I have it sensing 2 blocks up just for demonstration, which is this block. But first I'm going to start off with the water sensor. Right now, as you can see, that right after the MC IC number, it's on line 3 there's vertical, 0 being the block that the sign's on, 1, 2. So this block right here, this sign's going to be sensing if this block is in fact water. You could do negative as well, you can go down. So right now, the output, it does have an output, and that will light up if water is here. So as you can see, there's no water right there right now, so it's not going to be lighting up. And I might want this. And so I'm going to release water there, and now there's water on number 2, so it should light up. Yep. And now it should go out. Yep. Just because I'm a little OCD, I'll reset it. Now the lava sensor, it's not a water one now. That would never work. As you can see, this one's not lighting up right now because there's no lava on slot 2. So wait till it falls, and there's some power. See it turn off. Alright, and here's light sensor, and for this one I'm going to have to shut the lights off here for a second. This one right above this block, like basically right here, has to be open to sense the light around it, whether it's in a cave and you're sensing torchlight or lava light or something, or whether you're out in the environment and you need to sense the sun. You're going to have this exposed. So right now it's saying it's over 10. The light amount is over 10. It's a 0 out of 15 value. By it being on, it's saying it's over 10. So I'm going to shut that off, because if that's on when I turn the time to night, it's going to still say it's over 10. So that's why you may want to move your light source away. Yeah, see, it's not going to turn on now. Even from the light from that, it's not going to turn on. Only from the light from the sun is it going to turn on. So I'll reset that. And the next one is block sensor, which is why you see this orange wool in my hotbar. It's 1263. The second line is vertical detection, where it's going to ask for which block. And the block is 35:1, which is orange wool. And yeah, right now there's no orange wool there. Can I put that block there? No. Can I put this one there? No. Orange wool there? Yes. See, it will only turn on if you have that orange wool. So, you could have like a 3x3 sort of thing going on. And say like, it's a secret entry somewhere, so you have to have these blocks here, and then a door will open or something like that. So, it's a pretty useful tool. Reset it. Oh. And lastly of the sensing is the power sensor, and this one's pretty interesting as well. This could be used to as an if sort of thing, like if this block is powered, like say for like a minecart system, if this one's powered, then release another minecart or something like that. Or if this one's powered and that one's not, like you could have these hooked up to power sensors and then an or variable thing. So right now nothing, it's not going to light up, there's nothing being powered here, but this right here is going to sense for 2 blocks up. So basically that block right there, it's going to be sensing if any blocks around it have power going to them. So right now no power, and now that this block is powered, as you can see there, it should light up. Alright, I'm going to reset that. And now I'm going to do a MC1270 0, meaning that it's going to be detecting around this block now if anything's powered. And right now, nothing's powered. Right now, it should be powered. Yep. And that's it for the power sensors.